We have
Dylan
an
Dreyer has a
exciting
smile that
announcement
millions
to
of
share.
people
The
wake
third
up to
hour
every morning.
is going to be
She
celebrating
delivers weather,
America's
news, human interest stories, all of it in a voice that sounds like nothing is ever falling apart behind the desk. But what her husband said when he filed for divorce was not about the desk. It was about what happened when the desk went dark. She grew up in New Jersey, the kind of girl who was good at everything and never learned how to fail gracefully. Science fairs, academic competitions, the kind of child who earned praise for achievement and learned that achievement was the most reliable form of affection. She studied meteorology, got her degree, worked her way up through small stations until NBC gave her the morning show, the kind of job that starts before sunrise and doesn't end until the world has caught up with your schedule. She married Brian Ficarra, a fellow NBC producer. Someone who understood the industry, the early mornings, the late nights, the life of a person whose job is to be ready when the rest of the country is still asleep. They had 3 children, a house, a life that looked like the kind you build when you are good at building things. But being good at something on television is different than being good at it at home. The schedule destroys relationships the way water destroys wood, slowly, from the inside, in a way that nobody notices until the structure gives. Dylan woke up before dawn. Left the house while her children were still asleep. Did the show. Came home when the afternoon had already moved on without her. Did it again the next morning. And the next. And the next. Brian was there. A producer. Someone who understood the business but still had to carry the weight of being the parent who was actually present when the kids needed someone. And being the person who understands is not the same as being the person who doesn't mind. She tried to be both, the anchor and the mother, the woman on screen and the woman at the kitchen table. But the math doesn't work when your day starts at 3 in the morning and ends when your children are already in bed. She was honest about it publicly.
That doesn't come with some struggle
She
and
talked
strife.
about
I
the
think
guilt,
that's important
the
too.
exhaustion,
Like I think hardship.
The way the morning show schedule is designed for viewers, not for the person living it. But honesty on a morning show is different than honesty in a marriage. On a morning show, you can share your struggles and the audience applauds you for being relatable. In a marriage, the same struggles don't get applause. They just accumulate,
just in case.
day
They're
after
like,
day,
why did you
morning
bring me
after
here,
morning,
mother? Like,
until
why
the accumulation becomes something neither person can ignore anymore. Brian filed for divorce. Not because of another person. Not because of a scandal. Because the life they had built together, the one with 3 children and a house and a shared understanding of the television business, had become a life where one person was carrying more than they could carry forever. Dylan talked about it afterward. Not defensively, not with anger, with the kind of quiet acceptance of someone who knows that the thing that broke was not the love but the logistics of sustaining it. She said she tried. He said he tried too. And sometimes trying is not enough when the structure you are building on is a schedule that was never designed for a family. That is what makes this story hard to sit with. Not a villain. Not a betrayal. Just the slow erosion of a life that looked perfect because the person living it was really good at smiling through the parts that weren't. If you want more real stories, the truth behind the faces you trust every morning, subscribe to this channel. Because the stories that matter are the ones nobody sees coming.